Hello, I'm Paul.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Ben.
I'm Woody.
Oh, you are Woody. You sound exactly like him.
The newest edition. This is FilmBusters, the sequel, where they bring the baby along.
Yeah.
Just like Oscar.
It's always the worst sequel, though, so it never does as good as the first one.
Hey, listen, it's literally 3 men and a baby. We should rename the podcast 3 Men and a Pod now. Which I swear was going to potentially be the name for the podcast once upon a time, wasn't it?
It was in the mix, yeah.
Welcome to FilmBusters.
Welcome to Podbusters. It's good to be back.
FilmBusters. It feels like it's been ages, but I don't think it's actually been that long.
It's been ages for you because you've had a baby.
Yes, I've had a baby, a little baby, a boy. I called it Woody, and he's adorable.
And he's going to hate you.
It's funny that
more.
you reverted back to it instead of he then.
Well, he's not putting a gender on it. It's 2019.
In 15 years, when he's 15 years old, Woody, that is, and he appears on our podcast, it will be weird because we'll say, here's a throwback to the podcast where you had just been born.
That is one rule of FilmBusters Land. You have to be over 15 to be in the podcast.
Oh, yes. Otherwise, you get caught up in the Michael Jackson allegations.
Horrendous.
Paul thinks he's very guilty.
Let's not get political here.
Yes, let's get into the quiz. For anyone who's just joined the podcast or just listened for the first time, we do a quiz every episode where I ask Ben and Adam a question. 2 questions to be exact. I always forget. I always say a question and then I say 2 questions. And if they get it right, they get a point. If they get it wrong, I get the point. The scores so far are Ben 4, Adam 2, and me 2. Right, you ready for the first question?
Yeah. I'm going to run away with the lead now. Here we go. I'm banging both of these out.
Which is the first Walt Disney full-colour animated movie classic to be produced?
Snow White?
Correct! Well
Come on.
Bollocks.
I'm the Disney boy. I ain't spent years with you for nothing.
That was too many words for Adam. He didn't understand what was going on.
I was just trying to think. I was just like...
Before you finished the question, I realised I was going to say Snow White because I just did not know. You said colour, and I thought, I think Snow White is the first colour.
Adam would have said Monsters Inc. or something like that.
I was going to say Beauty and the Beast, even though that's like 90s. And
that is modern compared.
Yeah. It was probably made before Adam was born, though. It was made in 1991, so it was before.
Oh, there we go, just
3 years older than me.
3 years older.
I was 1 year old.
Oh.
And now you've got a baby.
Yeah.
I was 5.
Nobody asked. Should we go to the next question?
Yes.
Well done, Ben. Are you ready, Adam?
Yeah.
He definitely ain't.
What is the real name of the creature Gollum in Lord of the Rings?
Smeagol.
Oh! Ben got it.
Sorry, son.
He got it before you.
Sorry, son. Of course. What do you mean? Fuck off. I said it. There was about a second, then you said it.
Nah.
Come on, bow down to the king, baby.
No, Ben had it by a mile.
Oh, piss off.
Are you actually debating that, son?
Can I? No. The funnier thing was Adam just said, "That's bullshit. Let's do rock paper scissors." And we're not even in the same room.
Well, you just shout it out. You just shout out rock or paper instead of actually doing the movements.
Adam, you must learn to lose better. Look at the dignity, how silent and calm and dignified Paul is being in last place.
I took the first question, I lost that one, but because that was justified. This one was bollocks.
Anyway, well done, Ben. Well done.
Thanks.
6 to Ben, 2 to Adam, and 2 to me.
Fuck you, Frodo.
Yes.
We are not going to catch you next week or the week after.
Fuck you, Frodo.
No. Definitely not.
Okay, guys, let's go into the main event.
The main event! Here is our feature topic, plus Adam might do a rubbish plot summary.
Are you fucking serious?
Right, guys, today we are talking about Captain Marvel. If you have not seen this film, or you do not want to hear any spoilers, then turn off now because this is a spoiler episode. But if you do want to hear spoilers, then carry on listening because right now, Adam is going to explain the plot.
The plot of this one was, let's make a film because we decided to introduce a character at the end of the last Avengers film, and we thought, oh shit, let's make an origin film so everyone knows what she's about, and also let's try and jump on the back of Wonder Woman doing well and see if we can get on that same bandwagon.
Well.
So we now know exactly what Adam thought of the film.
What was the plot? I don't even know. She fought some green aliens.
It's about Skrulls.
Scrolls, that's what they are.
Yes.
I knew it was supposed to do with a book. I just want to say scripts.
Scripts.
There were screenplays in there as well.
There was more rats in there.
There was.
That's what.
More rat script.
There was lots of those references. All right, are we going to hit the scores up first?
Yes, we always hit scores up first, so let's do it. Who wants to go first?
I think Paul go first because superhero man over in the corner.
Okay.
True.
Okay. What I'm going to say is I give this a 7 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 7.
I give it a 6.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Didn't you give that a score to Infinity War?
Yes, I believe I did.
Yeah. Interesting that you thought Infinity War was on par with this.
Okay, I'm going to just say my point and why I gave it a 7 to start off with.
Go on then, Adam.
The film itself was actually really bad. It was a complete mess for the first hour and a bit. The only things that saved the film was, I thought it was quite interesting finding out what happened to Nick Fury to an extent. But the only reason I'm giving it a 7 was because I really liked her as a character. And I thought she did well enough to bring it towards the end of the film. In the last 20 minutes, she kind of brought the film back around by herself. So I thought she kind of deserved it. But the whole film itself was a shambles, and it was just all over the place for the first hour. Nothing really happened. It was very rushed, I felt. I feel like they did whack this in at the end of Avengers and think, shit, now you've got to make a movie with it and let's just get a film out there quick as possible before the next one comes out. To fill in and then puzzle some bits in between, like, although she's the first Avenger. It felt very much like an original Iron Man film.
Right, yeah.
Like, it felt like the early Marvel days when it wasn't... Marvel films now, they got this, like, they obviously spent a lot more money and they're, like, sleeker and put together well, everything like that. And the characters are probably... The side characters are better developed, but this felt like very early Marvel, and it just felt like they wanted it out as quick as possible. Let's just get it out, bam, bam, bam. If this was a very, very first film, not a 21st film, then it would probably rate it better because it leads in so well from the beginning, but it's lost. Its position in the line is just wrong. It's very shoehorned in and quickly.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I think that's the best review you've ever given.
Yeah,
agreed.
Done. He actually spoke like non-stop and actually had a point to say. It was very well.
It's only because I saw it about an hour ago.
Yeah. I agree with everything you said.
Shall I go and have a little summary?
Yes.
Okay, so I thought it was just completely fine. It was like any kind of... Well, I'd say it's in the bottom 5 of Marvel films, and there's been 20.
Wow.
Right?
That's harsh.
Yeah.
But I want to see more of her character. I agree with that. But I want to see more of her character, though. I'm really quite excited for her character to come along again. And
let me just say something, right? From when you say about the shoehorn films, I agree with that, and I agree with Ant-Man and the Wasp felt like a shoehorn film as well because of this massive epic that Infinity War was, and this whole universe is building up to this one film. That suddenly these 2 films come out where it's like going back to basics again, and it's like, no, this isn't what we actually want. We actually want...
Well, Ant-Man and the Wasp, they couldn't do anything with. They couldn't develop a storyline. They just put a little story together that went nowhere just to fill in a gap. They've got to put out their certain amount of films in the middle.
I know,
this
but it
one,
doesn't need to happen, does it?
They tried to make a point with it, but they obviously didn't have enough of an actual story to make a point with it, so it was just very wishy-washy, and then they somehow add some bits on the side and bring it together.
From now on, right, so let's say that this is how the Marvel Universe is going to carry on from now on, introducing these new characters, and with the next film going to be potentially killing off or retiring the original characters. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I don't really care. I didn't care about the last Ant-Man. I didn't care about this one. It's like, I think it's going downhill.
I can't be bothered to start another generation.
No,
or
neither
phase,
can I.
Or whatever they call it.
I can't be bothered.
It felt very DC, this film, as well. The way the characters
I don't think it did.
It did not
The
feel
way
DC.
the way the aliens looked, all that kind of film, and
When had DC got aliens in it?
I know, the alien ain't in DC. The aliens look like something from Star Trek from the 80s. I thought the alien effect was very poor.
Yeah.
And also the way she gave off all the lights, I felt that was quite more... They didn't seem very Marvel in this film at all. It just felt very... I don't know.
Not knowing much about Captain Marvel, it just struck me that she was like Supergirl. That's kind of what she came across to me as, because it's like, what is your superpower? And like...
Everything.
There was no arc for her. There was no growth. Like, she had the powers at the beginning, and by the end she had the powers.
No, she ripped the chip out of her neck, and so she can do it by herself. She's not being controlled anymore.
No, it actually brought her abilities up even more powerful, and it made her like being able to destroy massive starships. And it's like, okay, so what are you going to do in the next film, in the Infinity War? You're just going to smash Thanos up, and that's going to be the film?
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is that what we're going to see happening?
Well, I'm not interested. She doesn't have a weakness.
But neither does Superman.
Yes, he does. He has kryptonite, and that turns him into an almost like
Normal
the
person.
lowest form of human, where he has like he's weak, completely weak.
Well, why is he not dead then?
Because they're not brave enough to kill him.
Yeah.
Listen, Ben, I'm with you. I want them to kill people. I love when they kill people.
I know, my son. I'm not challenging you. I'm just expressing my irritation that they don't die.
I know.
Can we
It's
talk
very
about
upsetting.
the CGI cat? Because the CGI cat annoyed the hell out of me.
Can I say something before you talk about the CGI cat?
Yes.
I think what's interesting about this situation is the two of you gave this film a 7 and I gave it a 6. But ironically, I think I enjoyed this more than some of the other Marvel films I've seen. So in the grand scheme of things, I think this is one of the better Marvels. But you two think it's one of the worst. But you
It's
score
that whole
it higher
thing of
than
I
me.
was interested in the character, and she was a good character, but the rest of the film let it down.
I think there's a lot of Marvel films you haven't seen, Ben. Like the Captain Americas and stuff. They are so much better than this.
No.
It's a film they didn't care about. They just wanted it out quickly to fill in this gap, because it comes out pretty much a month before the next Avengers film. So obviously they're running out of time, I feel.
Paul, did you think this or Black Panther was better?
Black Panther was much better.
Black Panther better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. At least we're on that.
I like something that's a bit more grounded. When something's like it's too much. It's just too much. It's like I want it grounded. I want like good choreography, not just like shooting lights out your hands.
Yeah.
You know, a bit of fighting
Yes.
skills, and it's better that
Yeah.
way.
I mean, look, the thing is, I could say that the Avengers film, like overall, whatever that one's called, Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War.
That's better. That is better than this, obviously. However, I still think this had some redeeming qualities, because I have to admit, like kind of what you're saying, Adam, I was confused as fuck for the first 45 minutes, because I did not know what was going on.
The story wasn't going anywhere. They were just trundling around a bit.
No, but they were doing shit, but I was like, I don't understand what is going on here. Like, when she gets hung upside down, and it goes into her, like, memory palace, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why doesn't she remember shit? Like, what?
Do you reckon it would be better if you watched it again?
No.
See, the thing they were trying to do with this, they were trying to make it like the opposite of a generic origin film. Of she starts here, and then she gets in a situation that puts her in the superpowered life she's in now. But it's like they try to put her in the superpower and then go backwards from there. But it kind of
Right.
They need that initial like origin for it to make sense. You know what I mean?
But then, like, it's felt like we'd already jumped into the middle of her storyline.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Was very confusing. So, like, because I couldn't understand what was going on, I didn't really care what was going on. So then when they started with, like, all the action set pieces, which were pretty boring, like, all the visuals are so 90s type effects, and I don't know if that was intentional because it was set in the 90s, but it seemed poor for that reason.
I agree
And
with
then
that.
I was so confused because I didn't realise that this shit was supposed to be set in the 90s. So when she lands on Earth, and I saw, like, okay, they're making reference to a Jumpin' Jack Flash in a video store, and then there's a Smashing Pumpkins album, I was like, oh right, so she's gone back in time? Like, what's happened there? And it's like, oh no, it's not.
It's what
it's
it should have been
90s.
The first film.
That's interesting, actually.
If this had been the first film, I think it would have been considered better, right? If this was the first film.
Fallen into place more, it would have made more sense in the timeline rather than just, oh shit, we forgot about this, let's whack this in until this explains all this shit. It's such an afterthought, this film.
Do you think this film has been made in response to the Me Too movement, and like it was, or like I don't really know. I don't know, when was Infinity War made? Like they must have planned for her appearance.
Yeah,
I don't know how that.
Knew.
But I don't know if they could have thought that they were going to whack it in another film, because I feel like this story could have been told within another character's story, and they could have intertwined a bit better.
Yes.
Whereas I think now that they realised, after looking at Wonder Woman, maybe at the Me Too movement, they thought, oh shit, we haven't done a female-orientated film. Let's make one.
It is like a response to like Wonder Woman. They're like, fuck, they're on their like third or fourth film, and they've already done a female version.
Is Captain Marvel in the comics a man?
The helm of Captain Marvel has been a man. I mean, I'm not familiar with like the Marvel backstory of Captain Marvel, but I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that it was a man at some point.
Right.
Because it kind of like changes hands.
All right, so let's get into it a bit more. What did you boys think about the final Stan Lee appearance?
He's gotten two more.
Two more, for fuck's sake.
He's filmed his one for Avengers, and he filmed his one for this new Spider-Man film.
Wow.
How many fucking films are they going to be?
I did like the opening sequence, though, to be fair, and they replaced all the characters on the Thing with him.
I appreciate that as well, but I thought the actual cameo was a bit weird in the film.
The cameo was weird.
He had a weird smile on his face. I thought, did they CGI this or something?
Yes. I feel like that was CGI'd or something.
Yeah.
Or it was a take that was like, B-roll footage, cutting room footage that they decided, oh, well, we better put that in. Because there's no way that the cameo was intentional for her to just go on a bus and smile at him and him smile at her. What sort of cameo is that?
It was really odd.
I think they had to just make
do. Why was he reading Mallrats?
Because he's in Mallrats.
Because it was the 90s.
No, he's in Mallrats.
Is he in Mallrats?
Yeah.
Is he? Okay, I haven't seen Mallrats.
Oh. I hated all of the 90s music that they were using. They kept shoehorning it in.
Yeah.
I like the bit with Come As You Are.
I like Come As You Are. That was about it.
That worked.
But Come As You Are was not... Yeah, that's because it's a good song, but it was out of place when you've got a lot of female-orientated music from the 90s, which is fine, but they kept doing it in a really, like, on-the-nose way. There was nothing subtle about the soundtrack choices, and there was nothing subtle about playing Come As You Are. What was subtle was the fucking fact that it took me about 15 minutes to realise she was walking around in a Nine Inch Nails t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed this straight away. I was like,
this
Ben's
is
going to get a
ballsy.
little excited now.
Well, I didn't even clock what it was because it was all covered up.
Do you reckon that's her choice? Do you reckon that's her choice to pick that t-shirt, or do you reckon she just get?
I don't know.
No,
I don't give a fuck. But the thing is, if she's wearing a Nine Inch Nails t-shirt, one thing is she ain't a Nine Inch Nails fan in that film. And why are you going to put on a Nine Inch Nails t-shirt and then play the equivalent of Americana Britpop as the majority of the soundtrack?
Did you like I'm Just a Girl?
No.
That was. It kind of did. It kind of fitted all right.
Regardless of if it fitted, I don't like that song.
They really tried. They really tried for a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of. This is a good sound, like a soundtrack.
Well, it didn't work, did it?
Kind of thing, but it didn't.
Again, it was all
stood
the
out.
sort of thing. I feel like the whole film was sloppy. It could have, if it.
It was sloppy, man. It was sloppy. It really was.
I don't reckon if it wasn't a month to the Avengers, they would have spent longer on this film and like edited it. Well, not edited it, but like made everything slide in a bit better and I don't know. Make more sense. But the CGI cat annoyed the hell out of me as well. Come on, man.
You
it's
really
a cat.
want to talk about
you're
cat.
very upset about this cat, so let's
It's
talk
annoying.
about the cat.
It was CGI in places where you could have had a normal cat.
It was like the bridging between stuff where they can't make cats do.
Yeah.
Like floating.
It always
in the air and
annoys
then
me
drop down.
in movies and TV shows where you have a cat and when a cat gets touched or picked up or put down, the cat always meows and makes noise. Cats don't make noises like that all the time. A cat doesn't make a noise if it's in your arms.
Maximus
You
not
know
make
that.
cats like that then.
No.
I've just looked up and apparently Brie Larson was allergic to cats. So that's
Great.
why this cat was CGI'd.
Oh, give a fuck.
No, they had to pick the cat. Well, they didn't have to
The
pick
scratchy
the cat.
eye bit.
which, hang on a minute. You know, so let's talk about Samuel L. Jackson, because that comes on to that.
Yeah.
I thought he looked fucking amazing.
Yeah, it looked it was a really good effect. Really good effect.
Really good, right?
Yeah.
Like, to the point where I didn't even realise it was CGI that had made him look so young. I thought, wow, they've just done a really good job.
Do you reckon they spent all their time making him younger and forgot to actually do the rest of the film?
Yeah, I think so.
Most likely.
They probably spent the CGI budget on him and not the cat.
That was one thing that was quite jarring in this film, that they had Samuel Jackson, which I think was one of the main draws to the film, to find out how he was in the past.
Yeah.
Right, and which I thought was totally out of character. Like, I don't think there was a jump from how he is in the actual Avengers films from this. He was all laughing and jokey. It's like, did that cat scratch make him go like that? Like, why is he so angry now?
Right, listen, you two.
He lost an eye because of it. He'd be pissed off.
Listen, you two. I'm going to contribute something now.
Come on.
Which might be the most interesting part of this Captain Marvel film.
Go for it.
And I can't take all the credit for this, because someone I spoke to today mentioned it. So, you know, there's the scene where he's sitting down with Captain Marvel, and they're in a diner, and she says, how do I know that you're not a Skrull, or whatever that thing was called?
Yeah.
And he said, she said, tell me something that's so weird that nobody would fake it, or whatever.
Oh, his toe sideways.
Yeah, he says, if my toast is cut diagonally, I can't eat it, right?
I hope that's true.
Now listen, in Avengers Age of Ultron, he is eating, they show a scene of him slicing toast diagonally and eating it. So there's a theory that he's a Skrull.
Oh.
So that's pretty fucking interesting, eh?
Well, after the film ends?
No, during the film.
Okay.
There was massive conspiracy theories about the Skrulls who have interjected themselves into these films, and different characters are actually Skrulls all along. And this was a big film where everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
I've heard today.
Yeah, there were people like, "Oh my god, we're going to get the Skrulls," and then in the next Avengers film, people are going to be revealed to be Skrulls. But I think they ruined that by showing the Skrulls as good people. Because what is the point of showing them up, showing them now when they're good?
Yeah, unless they are turned bad.
There could be bad Skrulls as well, I guess, but who knows?
She didn't take a lot of convincing to change sides.
Who didn't?
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
What do you mean change sides? Oh, I see. Yeah.
From going for killing
it's
him.
Because Ben Mendelsohn won her over. I was so happy to hear his voice.
He was so good in it.
He was good.
To be fair.
He was good.
His voice was very lovely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although it always puts me out when I think, why are these aliens speaking in these accents?
Got an accent. Why is the alien so Australian?
Because they had a translator on their arms. That's what she said.
What, that turns them Australian?
They were translating. They were talking their normal tongue, but the translator came out and translated it. Because she said it was my translator working properly.
Oh, right. I forgot that bit.
Stupid.
The whole film was very stupid and very rushed, and I don't know.
But equally, any alien that comes down speaking in any accent, whether it's British or American or whatnot, you'd have to say, why are they talking like that? It's only because it wasn't what we're used to, American or British, that we're like, what?
Exactly.
I thought that the jokes fell flat a lot in this.
Definitely.
Some of them were okay, but one of the worst, there's two worst ones. That's why they call it a cockpit, or why do you think they call it a cockpit? It was just stupid as fuck.
Come on, tell me the worst one. I want you to tell me the worst one. Come on.
The worst one was Samuel L. Jackson looking at the dick of the alien under the sheets.
What was that?
What do you do, sorry?
Pointless as fuck.
What do you do?
Looking at the Skrull Willy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Stupid. Why put that in?
I thought Ben Mendelsohn was going to kiss that Skrull afterwards as well.
Ooh, matron. Ooh.
Yeah, that really fell flat. And
maybe the bit was flat, that's why.
The whole when the neighbour came round and she was like, oh, this one's going to be a Skrull. And it's just like, we know it's not a Skrull.
Yeah.
Because you're playing out too much.
Despite what you're saying about the CGI cat, I was very won over by Samuel L. Jackson's love for the cat. I liked it, obviously. I just thought it was funny. It was funny to see that human soft side of him. I didn't even really massively pick up on the fact that he was a much softer character to later Nick Fury, because I don't know Nick Fury enough. Yeah. I just assume Nick Fury just gets more badass the more time that passes. But I thought it was very funny that he loved the cat so much.
Yeah,
it was.
I thought you would like that cat.
People are accusing this film of emasculating him because he is soft and is with a cat, a traditional
female animal.
Female animal, yeah. What do you think of that?
I don't really see a problem with it. That's just an argument for the sake of an argument.
Yeah, okay, fine. Well, I'm happy with that.
Also, I didn't stay to the second. I only watched the first cutscene. I couldn't be bothered to watch the trailers for the second one. What actually happened?
Do you know what it was? It was just the cat hacking up the Tesseract.
Which I didn't understand the significance.
Yeah,
of.
I
Please
thought
explain.
that's what it would be.
So the Tesseract is quite a big item throughout the whole films. It's what's like the main piece in the first Avengers film.
Was it in Captain Marvel though?
That glowing cube that they put in the Fonz box that they were fighting
in the what?
The Fonz. The lunchbox.
I don't know. The what box?
The Fonz.
I don't know what you're saying, so just carry on. Fond box.
Okay,
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Happy Days lunchbox.
Oh, Fonz!
Fuck me.
I didn't know what you were talking.
But yeah, that glowing blue cube kind of thing, that was a Tesseract.
And what it does what?
Well, it can make you teleport. So
Right.
It's space though, isn't it? Is it space?
So it makes you teleport, but not through time.
It's one of the Infinity Stones.
not time.
It's one of the Infinity Stones.
So if it's one of the Infinity Stones, it ends up with Thanos, does it?
Yeah, and he crushes it and it turns it into a gem and puts it in his glove.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to a bigger point of this film. Is everyone saying how this is a big film for women, and it's
let's get to that. Yeah,
and it's great, and it's showing the empowerment of women. I think they downplayed it a lot.
I felt like it was an afterthought again in half of the scenes. They were doing a scene and they were like, "Oh, we should make this scene a bit more empowering," and then she was pretty fierce and pretty badass.
Do you know the bit where she was being beaten down? Then it shows her getting up through time. I don't think they hammered that home that this is about being a woman, but everyone seems to be taking that as yes, I'm a woman, I can get up. They just saw it as this is just her character, Captain Marvel. She can get up because she doesn't get knocked down. She always gets back up again.
Get knocked down.
I guess you can't get away from the symbolism though. So I think that they probably were intentionally suggesting it. They just didn't hammer the point home enough if that is what they were going for. I kind of read it that way, but only because so many people in the outside world are talking about this as this feminist film. To be honest with you, I'm all for that, but I feel like we need to stop talking about it in that way. So don't make such a big deal about we got a female hero. Just make the films.
Yeah, I agree.
Put them out there.
Totally agree.
Because when you say here's this, then it means we don't need to do anymore because we've done that one.
Yeah, see, and that is the thing, and that is what it is.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Black Panther. It's like, oh look, we've done this, the black superhero. Now we don't need to do another one. Now do some more, and without the fanfare, just put some more out there.
And you know the thing that's got I feel quite shameful as well is that the first female director directed Captain Marvel as well. It's this is to put it all in one package.
With a male director as well.
Yeah, it's a male and a female.
Yeah,
together.
had to have a man. The man was like the Jude Law character for that female director.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Yes, what had that director done before? Do we know anything significant?
I'm not too sure.
Weirdly,
there was something.
This is the first time ever I have seen a film on IMDb go back up.
Yeah, I agree. It was really low.
That's fucking weird. I've never seen a film on IMDb go back up.
Yeah, but apparently it was slated at the beginning, and I don't know why. They put it up on Rotten Tomatoes, didn't they? And then it got taken down. No, because apparently Brie Larson said something in an interview, and so loads of people hated her for it.
Yeah, which she didn't say. It got all taken out of context.
I don't know what it was. I haven't read the interview, but
people are saying that she said old white men shouldn't go and see the film, when actually what she was saying is she was making a point about reviewers or something, it just white men reviewing the film wouldn't stand up. The director directed a couple of episodes of The Affair, which obviously I very much enjoy, but also wrote Half Nelson, which is a good Ryan Gosling film.
I've never actually seen that.
Yeah, good. Not amazing, but I need to watch
the male or the female director?
The female director. Anna Boden is her name.
Interesting. Let me say about, just go back to Nick Fury again. I really didn't like the whole reason he got an eye patch on was just because he got scratched by a cat.
I found it quite good.
I find that funny.
No, but
what did he say? He told he was fighting someone, didn't he?
Yeah, he covered it up. Someone was like,
"Oh, actually, you know what? That is quite funny. Actually, now that I think about it, that is making it out that it's a really big thing because he actually said, because I'm pretty sure that in one of the films he says that someone betrayed him or something.
That's right. Yeah, someone betrayed him. The cat.
And now, that is actually kind of funny now. Think about it.
Was the cat called Goose from Top Gun by any chance?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because of Top Gun. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. I have nothing more to say on this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything more significant? Okay, no. Well, let's talk about that finally. Then the post-credit sequence, the Avengers-based one.
So I think it's going to be a scene that's actually part of the film. It looks like.
I saw someone else say this on Twitter. What makes you people think this?
Because
I thought they just shoehorned it in and have to put it in the film.
You reckon?
No, because I think when you have a scene like that, you can't expect that people would have watched that, right? So
why not?
If it goes into the film and she's automatic in the film, everyone's going to be like, "Oh, why is she just there?"
I don't know. I felt they just covered the bases.
Adam, you make me laugh.
What?
As you started saying that story, when Paul, when you said you can't expect people to know, Adam just goes, "Why not?" He just carried on talking.
Because I don't know, if they're big enough fan, they should watch this film.
No, but let me say, right? Whenever I go to a Marvel film, I sit to the end of the film and the credits start rolling, and all these people walking out, I'm thinking, there's end credit scenes, right? Everyone knows there's end credit scenes in Marvel.
Well, then they don't deserve it, then, do they? They don't deserve to find out what happened.
But this is what I'm saying.
They're not going to give it full commitment.
This is what I'm saying.
It's like being on your phone in the middle of a film and then you miss something that happens. That's your fault. You've now missed that. The same as leaving early. The film doesn't end at the credits with Marvel. It ends when the proper credits go up, in my opinion. The one at the very end is always normally a bit pointless. It's more of a joke, that one, where the serious one will happen after the colourful credits.
I never stick around for them because I'm not.
You wait for Paul to tell you.
But yeah, exactly.
It wasn't actually that good of an end credit scene. I don't think anyway. I don't really care.
No, it was a bit fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like
that was literally the whole reason for that film was for that bit in the sequence.
Yeah, so why don't you just have it in the film?
But it's also so fucking anticlimactic, man.
It's like, I'm here.
Because it shows you everything after Avengers that we've seen, so it's like, because you know now what's happening is we're going to get to the point where when we watch this Avengers movie, one of them will die, Captain America, and that's it.
Maybe all the Skrulls were all the ones that are dead, and all the people that are actually dead were actually Skrulls, and they're all the ones who are still alive.
Who knows? But I've also read somewhere that do you know how the Vision, he had this Infinity Stone in his head.
Yeah.
So Thanos can kind of control because he's got the Infinity Stones, right? Yeah. So Captain Marvel was created by an Infinity Stone, so he could. I think he's going to be able to manipulate her, and that's why she's going to be depowered.
Right. So she can't just go and fuck shit up.
Yeah, because otherwise she's too powerful.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about this talk that there's been scenes filmed for the new Avengers film which are set during the first Avengers?
Yeah, so that's what I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen in the film anyway. It's going to be going back through time through all the other films.
Yeah. And
then manipulating time because I've seen those things work. It's Captain America wearing his old costume and Tony Stark wearing what he was wearing from the first Avengers. But then Ant-Man's there as well and he wasn't in there.
It'll be David Lynch directs Avengers, so he just fucks with time.
Yeah, imagine.
Imagine David Lynch directing Avengers.
Mate, I would be front and centre for it. I'd be all in. I'd watch all 40 of the fuckers in
21.
Well, however many there are.
Well, I guess that was probably our review of Captain Marvel.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Well, as you see us in 2 weeks, I would hope, so that before the much anticipated... We're definitely going to see it, right? It's definitely our next film, right?
Yeah, we'll see it.
I reckon we can announce it.
Pardon?
I reckon we can announce it. That's what we're going to see.
Yeah.
Please don't do that, Adam. It's really creepy.
It's a
What
horror
are you
film,
doing,
mate.
Adam?
He's just saying us.
Oh, are you saying us? Oh, right. I thought that was a sound of scissors. So I thought you'd been meta. Very good. Yeah, we're going to watch Us in 2 weeks. We're ready everything.
The quite anticipated horror.
Oh, yes. And then, when's Avengers out, by the way?
End of April.
Oh,
It's crazy how soon it's going to come out. Mental.
we got a busy year of films this year, you know.
We got Game of Thrones before that.
Oh, fuck it.
Okay, so you can get in touch with us at FilmBustersPod on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, or you can email us at filmbusters@outlook.com. We also have our personal Twitter account if you would like to get in touch with us. I am at FilmBustersPaul.
I'm at Adam.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I really wish I was. I really want the Twitter
At
username Adam. Yeah.
It would be great if you were just I'm at Adam. If you were at Adam, that would be great.
If anyone's got the username at Adam, can they let me have it, please? Just for a day. I'll give it back to you afterwards.
So selfish.
All right. I'm looking for that individual right now just to see who that person is. And as I go onto twitter.com/Adam, it's an individual called Adam Rugel, based in San Francisco. He's got 16,500 followers. And I'm going to tweet him right now and say,
saying, can my mate have your
"Dear sir, can my friend take your username?" I'm actually doing that, and it's going to be completely out of context for him, but it's there out on my Twitter account.
Just say, can I, just for a day. I don't want it permanently.
Well, he's going to give it forever.
Yeah, forever.
Can my
And
mate
I'm at
have your-
FilmBusters Ben.
I'm actually at FilmBusters Adam.
Beautiful. Right, that was a lovely
Oh,
podcast.
shit! Johnny Depp
What?
has died. Johnny Depp has
Who
died.
has?
Are you serious?
Really?
Johnny Depp has died.
Really?
I'm breaking this on the podcast.
Is this actually true?
Abused physically and mentally for years. Johnny Depp. Oh my god.
Where are you seeing this?
It's only a joke.
Yes. It's not there. I just typed it in. I was like, this is not on here.
Yeah, but you went Googling away just in case.
I did. The first thing that came up was Alice Cooper defends Johnny Depp ahead of Hollywood Vampires tour. 99% was just bull.
99% what?
Was just bull. I don't even care to go into that story. I don't want to know what it's about.
FilmBusters.